All right, introduce yourself.
Kev Mac, I'm going to introduce myself as Crip Sag.
Kev Mac video, you know, this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby.
Where do you get the name Sag from?
From sagging my pants.
Did you have any names prior to being Sag?
Yes, I did.
Give me those names.
I was first initiated into the Midtown Sugar Baby Crips in summer 1973. I was given the name at Warlock. The following year, 1974, I went to the name Mad Hatter because I had a love for hats. And then 1975, I changed it to Mad Sag.
What was your favorite hat?
Golf clubs, caps, and Dobbs. The gangster hats, the Dobbs.
All right, Sag, give me a little bit on your family background, man. When they moved, your parents moved to Compton, and where they from?
Well, my mom was born in Arkansas. My dad was born in Mississippi. Raised in Carthage. My mom was raised in Natchez, Mississippi. Through them was 8 children. 4 sisters. Althea, we call her Puddin'. My sister Beverly, we call B.A. My sister Sasitha. Then it's myself. Then it's my brother Harold, who's rest in peace. Then it's my brother T-Bone, known as the Yellow T-Bone in our neighborhood. And then it was my little brother Hub, who's rest in peace now. And my baby sister Joanne, known as Jobo to everyone.
Okay, and when did they land in Compton? 1950s or 60s?
Maybe 50 something, bro.
Okay.
50 something. I think my mother was pregnant with Beverly when they came to California.
All right. So tell me, man, it's interesting. I had seen where you had mentioned that your father was a cop.
Yes, sir, he was.
How was that, man? Growing up, you a Crip and Pops is a police. Was it any conflict of interest?
It was plenty. I mean, one time my daddy beat me up in the backseat of the police car. They had me and baby Crip in the backseat of the police car. And called my dad, said, guess who we got? You got your boy. My dad said, hold on. Woo! They bring their squad car. My dad actually patrolled Hoover Sport. But he thought, hold on. He opened the back door. What the fuck, bro? Boop, boop, boop. Gave me a couple punches before they took me and baby Crip off to jail. But yeah, my dad was a reserve officer for 9 years with the Compton PD. And I was 2 blocks away acting the fool, you know, the cop's son. Yes, sir. That's some truth to that.
All right. Tell me about your introduction to gangs. When did you first become affiliated or decided you want to be part of a united front?
Well, I always recognized groups of guys. Before it wasn't even gangs back then, but that persona wasn't pushed hard as it is through these times, you know? But I always seen groups of guys that whether it was at parks or, you know, certain events in carrying over, mainly at parks.
Okay. Who were some of the guys that you looked up to around there? You stayed on Rose Street?
I grew up on Rose, yeah.
Who were some of the big name guys that you looked up to before you started banging, or when you first started banging?
Well, were you actually talking about in my neighborhood? Because I actually experienced the Crips outside of Compton first.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I experienced the Crips around 1970, mainly on the east side part of Los Angeles and in the Watts area.
All right.
And I had cousins who was involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I first mainly noticed Crips. Now, when I started noticing them in Compton, was around 71 when the Midtown Crips started on Willow Street.
And who's responsible for the Midtown Crips?
Oliver Dwayne Roberts, alias Kill Wayne, rest in peace.
And who was his partner?
Andre Killer Bray, I can't think of Killer Bray's last name right now. We had New York. We called him TJ Swan because he drunk that wine, TJ Swan, and he was actually from New York. I don't know Cuz's real name. Larry Coleman, Gary Horton brother, Kenny Horton, Wayne's cousin Kim, his name was Kim, like Bullet, Kim Tate. Who else was around? Mark Penrice. Them was like the big Midtowns.
All right, there was a saying that Killer Wayne and Killer Bray had. Can you repeat that saying for me?
We jump on big boys only. And they drew a logo, the stick man with a big black eye and a sad face.
All right, so they Midtown and you part of Midtown. When does Rose Street come into play?
When I hung around the Midtown Crips since 1971. In that vicinity, which we call the RSW, which means Rose Spring and Willow Street. Let me clarify something on that. I remember when Snap told me, say, well, I got to be RSW. Why can't it be WSR? Because Willow Street was popular. I said, yeah, because it was popular in the beginning, you're right. I said, but under Santana, Rose Street popped the most. You know what I mean? I said, so that's why we got that RSW. But what was the question though, Kev?
When you was part of Midtown Sugar Babies, how does Rose Street come into play?
Okay, there it is. All right, I hung around the Midtown since 71. They let me join in 73. Around that time, that's the time when the recruitment was real strong. And we all got initiated around the same time, if not the same day or whatever. But me, Turtle, Whiskey, we about the only ones off for Rose that got initiated into the Midtown Sugar Baby Crips around that time, 73. But in between time, in 75, a conflict between the Midtown Crips and the Oaks Park businessman Crips had started up. And when that conflict came about, I chose not to take part in it. I told the homies like, cuz, I'm not gonna be fighting Oaks Park, cuz. They the homies too. Cause you know, I played Little League Baseball from 72, 3, 4. 3 years at Oaks Park. 72, 73, 74. So I befriended a lot of them guys. But the homies like, nigga, you Midtown, nigga, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, shit, if that's y'all feel that way, cuz I just do my own thing. And I started claiming Rose Street Crips. That was 1975.
So when did you catch your first case?
It's hard to say. I was arrested in 73. I was arrested in 74 when I went to juvenile hall, but I came right out. Then I got arrested, a couple more times. But then I got arrested in 77 for 2 robberies and assault. I had that case pending. And on May 31st, 1977, while at court for the 2 robberies assault, because they said I poked the victim in the stomach with the shotgun, we recessed for lunch. So we left lunch to come home, and then people was hanging out the park, and my mom told my mom, go hang out for the park for me. She said, oh, no, you don't need no shit out of you now. She said, we got to be back to court at 1, after lunch. So don't your ass get in. I said, oh, mama, I ain't gonna get in nothing. And what the fuck did I do? Got into something. Homicide robbery happened right there in the park, which involved me. I wasn't a trigger man, but it involved me. And I ended up getting convicted to the California Youth Authority. They gave me 5 years for that because they said I was the ringleader in the cause of it. So I ended up getting 5 years. in California Youth Authority, and I served 3 years, 3 months, and 26 days there.
Okay, so you go in 77, and this is important because was there Santana Blocc yet?
No, it wasn't.
Who were some of the guys you met in CYA? Some of the bigger names that we might be familiar with.
Well, when I first got to Nellis, well, shit, okay, let me think. When I got to Norwalk, one guy that stood out was Unicorn from DBC, the Enamel Block Crip, 190 DBC. And he got killed after he got a little bit after getting out of YA. Inglewood families killed him. And his daddy was Otis Taylor, the wide receiver of the Kansas City Chiefs that won the Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs. That's why. But it was other people there, bro. But right now, I just can't throw you no names. Okay. I got a little older and I didn't take no brain booster today, so.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Where did you meet Lunatic Frank at?
I met Lunatic Frank.
County jail or YA?
It might have been juvenile hall first.
Okay. It's all good, no big deal.
And YA second, but we was in the county jail together and all that too. Yeah, man, me and Frank that's my brother right there. Yes, sir.
You also knew Devil from 107, right?
Andre?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm titled with his bigger brother, Durrell.
Okay.
I'm titled with Sam.
Oh, okay.
Well, Sam introduced me to Hoover to the streets. You understand? The thing is with Hoovers is crazy, man, because if you go back way then, Hoover always been the bigger gang. Even way back then, they had all them streets. Even the early 70s, they had them streets, bro. So you always gonna run across some Hoovers in your career. Whether you go to juvenile hall, you pass through LA or something, you're gonna run into something. So when I first, in juvenile hall, I was tight with Zach from 74 and Baby R from A-Track. Then I got to Nellis, I was tight with Mumbles from A-Track. Then I got to YTS and I became tight with Sam, Durrell Ransom. And that's where the connection came with me and the Hoovers on the street. I started going into their hood. They was coming over to my house. But Mumbles come see me too. He going to Soule now. But he used to come see me too. So I always had a connection with everybody else. Fire Deuce, you guys, A-Trays, East Coasters, San Pedro. I got around, bro. Long Beach. Got around, bro.
So when you go in 77, what set are you claiming?
Roll Street Crips.
Roll Street Crips. So you was actually claiming Roll Street when you were locked up.
Roll Street Compton Crip.
Did Compton have a card in? Did you guys all kick it together?
Yes, Compton did, but all Crips kicked it together though. It wasn't no separate fucking cars. When I got to YA, man, the thing was, when it's TV time, zoom, 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 wham, wham time, you didn't hold your shit in your lap and it's yours. We put it on the table. So if you had potato chips, Kool-Aid, cupcakes, candy, whatever, we sat it on the table. And if you Crip, you good. You gonna get some back handful of chips, great candy bar, get your cupcake, pour you some Kool-Aid. You understand? But you had to be about it. You know what I mean? To get that kind of acceptance. And you didn't have to contribute to get any because we knew it was homies that didn't get visits, who didn't get anything. You understand? So it wasn't about you have to put something here to get it. If you Crip homie and you're good, you're welcome to this. So we sat that out on the table to share with all Crips, homie. So at the time I did my time, it wasn't no separation. It wasn't no Crip car, LA car. It wasn't none of that, homie.
Right.
Yeah.
So look, I know you played sports as a kid, baseball.
Basketball,
Warner,
football.
basketball,
Yes,
flag
sir.
football.
Yes, sir.
So was you familiar with the guys from Oaks Park, other than when you said you guys had a little conflict in '73?
Yeah, that's how I met. I'm in my first year there. I had a situation where Bam Bam thought he was gonna take a pen from me, but it wasn't happening. But yeah, I met. I played with the Tates. I played with Ivan Brooks. Melly and them brothers. Angelo. I remember Angelo on the team. Rocky said he played ball. Yeah, that's how I met the Oaks Park people, was through baseball mainly.
So how did you feel, and who told you that your neighborhood became Santana Blocc?
Scatter Man from Atlantic Drive, rest in peace. Scatter Man from Atlantic Drive told me. Back when I was in the youth authority, I was in there with Skull, Melvin Foreman, and all them. We was in TF together too. Big Ann Malone, James Taylor Pee Wee from Lantana, Curtis Brown, old man from Lantana, Baby Wayne from Kona Pocket, Fontenot from 107, Beaver from Kitchen, Cool from Kitchen, KC from Kitchen, Big Skip from Backstreet, rest in peace. Oh shit, man, UNV, we was loaded on them. Spark from Raymond. He was on there with me. Me and Spark was weight buddies. We used to lift weights together, me and Sparks. Dwayne Sawyer was Duck. Other cuz, Rab from Jordan Down. He was Jordan Down Crips then. They were on Great Street. Rab Duck from Jordan Downs. Yeah, we was all on UNV together, bro. No. Okay, Rab was on C&D with me, cuz. On C&D with me. Him, Snake, from Carver Park, Dura Ransom in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how did you feel about that merger?
Yeah, I was happy about it.
Okay.
I was happy about it because I was in Nellis at the time. And me and Boo Boo was in Nellis from Oaks Park. Boo Boo was on Monroe and I was on Hayes. Sad from Six Deuce was there. Six Deuce East Coast. He was a Six Deuce NAC at the time. East NAC. Sad. Chub Dog from Compton in Hood was there. Lance Walker from Lantana was in Nellis with me. He was in there on the bartender thing. Son from OC5, from original Crip 5, was there. Could you remember I threw that conversation with that? Whatever happened to like the 5-6 Senators and the Magnificent? You remember I threw that? You found something. You found them dudes, man. You found kills and everybody. I'm like, damn, look at Kev Mac. He owned it. But yeah, I was in there with all them dudes, bro. All them dudes from way back then, man. So,
you and CYA, all the Crips get along. So you messing with Long Beach, LA, South LA, everybody, West LA.
That's all that matter, cuz. Crip, if you say something Crip, that's all that matter. Cause she was chump on me.
Right.
You know what I mean?